Welcome to City of Dreams. My name is Joshua Mopisa Semiano, but I like it. When you call me Josh, it is fun. Today I've come to discuss some matters with Elder Suubi Dick is here with me. And I think you're gonna enjoy this discussion for the matters we are seeing arising in our nation and in the entire world. I believe you want to remain the same. Let me welcome Elder Suubi Dick.
Thanks, please. Just as Mr. Joshua is telling the listeners that I'm Suubi Dick, that's so I am.
And those who are watching us.
Yes. So I am, and I'm happy to be here. Most especially, you have said it is the channel.
The channel is City of Dream Foundation, bringing light to the people, loving God and loving people.
That's true. So, Mr. Joshua, we are here on purpose.
Yes, we are here.
Yes.
I want us to go direct on what has brought us tonight on this platform.
Okay.
I want someone to give us some few minutes, some few MBs, and watch this movie.
Mr. Joshua, we are here, as I said, on purpose. And the main issue to be for today is actually to talk about this life. What we want to talk today is life must remain purposeful.
What do you mean by remaining purposeful?
The meaning behind this, right from the fall of man up to now, life has been changing.
I can see.
And it has been losing the purpose. It has been losing the sense of it. But we want to remind people that it must remain the same. Whether the things are changing, whether COVID has come, whether poverty has come, whether everything is becoming tough, life must remain purposeful. That's our aim.
Can someone get a simple definition as what does it mean?
That is having a life that can fulfill God's plan. That is purposeful life. So Joshua will accept it, and we look at this, that life has been having some categories that it always undergoes. And one of the categories is purposeful life. Then the second category is a resulted life. And then another category is accidental life. Then there comes in the tentative life, and finally the confirmed life.
You've blown my mind. There's something which I've had accidental life. There's just one time we were discussing on radio. You told me that there are some people, however much they are illegitimate children, but there is no illegitimate parents.
There isn't.
Now, how comes you say that there is accidental
life? Yep. Accidental life is there because when you remember the story in Eden, after the sin of man, he found himself when God had come and he was going to release curse upon them. So man did not know right from Eden that God was going to curse him, because he told him, once you touch this tree, you will die. He only talked about death. But to his surprise, he was releasing a curse. So that such a state of life was accidental to man. He never planned for it. It only happened by chance that he was in such a curse. So life came to that level. It was not on the purpose of God that he had to release curse on them. Therefore, life can come to such a state.
Is it an accidental? There's a scripture. I don't want to go outside of scriptures because we read scriptures, and we meditate on them.
You're right.
But God Himself proclaimed it clearly that nothing happens into your life which I've never known.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
that's
so on accidental, I think, let me not go far beneath that, but
Mr. Joshua picked this from me, that it was accidental to man, not to God. It was accidental to man, not to God.
There you are. Who
Okay.
is watching us? This is Elder Suubi Dick, and my name is Joshua.
Mm.
Reaching you on City of Dream Foundation to bring you such light in salvation.
Yeah.
We on purpose, purposeful life.
Life must remain purposeful. Joshua, we said that during the purposeful life, God said He created man so that man could rule the world and the other creatures. That is when you go to the book of Genesis, chapter 1:26, you see how God is starting the life of man on purpose.
Purpose.
To rule. That is purpose for His
Let
kind.
us make man in our own image.
To and He will rule. That is life on purpose. Life started on purpose. Ruling, that is the purpose of it. You see how life must be purposeful. Because He must have created man without that statement to rule. But He says, let us make man
In our own image.
and He will rule. You see, life is starting with a purpose behind. Therefore, must remain purposeful as it started.
How do you tell people they reach to an extent of losing purpose?
Yep. Thank you very much, Joshua. You know, man lost the purpose only because he sinned. He disobeyed God. That is the way that led man to lose purpose from the beginning. Man lost it because he disobeyed. And Joshua still to add, man jumped out of that good life because he had sinned. It was a very nice life. It was good. It was full of purpose of God. God's plan. He was eating fruit without working hard, controlling each everything. But at the end of the day, he lost it. Why? Because he sinned. So that is how man loses purposeful life. And he does lose the purpose of God. So that is the problem. And how? That is the answer for it. Man has lost it. And Joshua, look at the world today. We are suffering. We are hiding from God. We are doing a lot of things that may not please God because we lost purpose that was original.
Tell us, how can some regain the purposeful life?
The easiest way, Joshua, to regain the purpose is to go back and accept Christ, because He's the way to the purpose. He said, I am the way.
Mind you, there is something which is blowing into my mind, which
Okay.
you say that we come back to Christ, but even those in Christ, they are not even pleasing.
You are right.
They are not even pleasing.
You are right.
However, the end time, all these were say that they will come and happen, but we who build our foundation on things we see,
Okay.
so there is no way how we can stand and start proclaiming to claim to have Christ, the so-called Christ. But
Remember this.
let me tell you one thing before. You've been hiding, you people.
Okay.
You told that Jesus Christ can heal, can do whatever.
Yeah.
Today, the whole entire world was on lockdown.
Okay.
The entire world.
The entire world.
The pastors,
Yes.
evangelists,
Yep.
they were hiding.
Yep.
Where have you been? Not to tell us that how Jesus can heal.
Okay.
If he healed the lepers,
Okay.
if he healed these people with whatever
Okay.
they had, the demons.
Okay.
What about Corona?
Okay. Now, that is a very good question. Now, Mr. Joshua, when we look at this, there must be a purpose of God behind this Corona. Remember, in the book of Revelation, we are told that God allowed the creature that was sitting on a horse to go and exert or use the authority over the world by killing 1/3 of the earth. What does that mean? And what was the purpose behind this? It was not maybe to release pain and to torture man without reason. But the purpose was God wanted to drive the sinner back to him by allowing the deaf and the hearts to touch man. When they touch man, man runs back to Christ for hope. That was the reason why COVID is here today, is pushing man back to Christ. And let me tell you, Joshua, the simple thing behind this, there is an instance where the child may rebel against you. When he rebels against you, he runs away. But the LC1 chairman may be ranked too by you, that if you see the boy, push him back. So whenever the chairman sees the boy, pushes him back to you. That's what the Lord is doing this time. Is using death, is using diseases to drive you back to him.
So now he's piercing us so that we can
not piercing, is pulling you back. It's not killing you. Is pulling you back. What kills man is rebellion.
You mean this is what David said, that
yes, they only pull, that's right. It pulls you back only. He uses the rod to pull you back.
I want you to take me back to where you
showed
me that you have purpose. You showed me accidental whatever life. Yep. I want you to explain more deeper about that. I don't know if you may even have an illustration you can give us.
All right. Now, Mr. Joshua, we said the simple thing here we can use some divisions as we are following here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we said this is where man was. And from creation, man came to the top of the creatures by perfection. Man was perfect. And remember, Joshua, we say man is an apex of creation, is ever on the top. So man was here. And this is what we call a purposeful life. God put man here to rule other things down him.
To have dominion.
To have dominion, the right word. Now, he was here on the top of everything. Now, the news, which is so sad here, is that he rebelled. He fell. He went down. And by fall, the man lost the apex to the next state. And which is this state? This is purposeful life. But man fell from purposeful life into resulted life. And this is resulted life. And which is resulted life? This is the type of life that has happened as a result of fall.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is a resulted life as a result of rebellion. And he came to this state of life. And after this, and what happened here in the resulted life, before we go any further? In a resulted life, man is looking for hiding place. Man is here looking for the cover. Man is here even fearing God. He doesn't want even to have him making sound. Now, from the resulted life, he came to another type of life. Which life you were talking of, which was accidental. Accidental life. This accidental life is where God came and met man. When he met man, he released the curse upon him. Man did not plan to have this. Accidentally, he found himself cursed. Accidentally, he found himself being talked of as one who has to do a lot, who has to sweat, who has to control it.
One time you were discussing, you told me that there is has never happened.
It was accidental to man. They never planned for such a cause. They never planned to quarrel with God. They never planned to meet God in confrontation while cursing, while telling them to die, while telling them to suffer. They never planned for that. And finally, as they left this, remember by fall, they are coming into these types of groups of life. And next, they came to another state, which is also wonderful here. But before that, Mr. Joshua, there's something to note. What happened in accidental life? Curse everywhere, rebuking. And from there, they came to tentative life. Tentative life. What is happening in the tentative life? Man must go and try, must go and at least exercise the opportunities to come back to Christ. Man is going to do a lot here. One of them, what is man going to do here? One of them is salvation. Is given opportunity to try. Is given the chance to pursue righteousness, is given the opportunity to pursue sanctification, is given opportunity to try holiness, is on trial, is trying some life by experiment, is being tested, and Christ is calling man, come to me, I shall make you rest, the heavy laden, the loaded, come to me. This is tentative life. God is trying man, calling man, come and try salvation. Come, I'm the way. I am the way back to purposeful. Come back, come to me. I am the way back to this top life. Come to me. But still man is, just as you have said, man is failing to obey. Is failing tentative life. Is failing this. Remember, Mr. Joshua, we are having what we call a confirmed life. And what is going to happen in a confirmed life? Depending on the book of Matthew, chapter 5, there 5, verse 5 is telling that the meek will inherit the earth.
What do you mean by the meek?
The meek, the humble. The humble will inherit. Those people who are humble, ready to succumb, ready to yield to Christ, who do not seek their rights, who do not seek to go through to identify different levels and the greatest whatever you can think of. They are the meek, they are the humble, ready to submit to Christ. This is the confirmed life for them. They are going to inherit the earth so that they come back to that life where they are going to inherit, stay there, enjoy that kind of life. When they have confirmed, when they have proved that they obeyed, they existed by obedience, followed Christ, responded to Christ, and he happened to prove them right to qualify for this confirmed life for the new earth.
What makes someone to become into the confirmed life?
Confirmed life. That is, I was actually talking about. We said Christ is the most important, is the center of everything. Remember, Mr. Joshua, Christ said, I am the way, and I'm going to the Father. He knows, and he said he went to prepare, he went to organize the mansions for us. Therefore, if we are to go there, we should take it the same way. We should follow him. He knows the way. He is the way himself. And if we were to follow and go to reach this confirmed life, you follow him, you go with him, you go in him, you go, he is going. I'm sorry to use that statement.
Failure to do so.
You are likely to go astray. And what does that mean? If you go astray, you go to another life which is not good. You miss to take that way, you go another way, and you go for perishing.
Are you becoming judgmental?
I'm not judgmental at all, but it's a warning. I'm sorry, Mr. Joshua. Have you ever met a post somewhere trying to direct you to
A signpost.
I'm just a letter, I'm just a book directing you, I'm just a signpost directing you that please don't take this. Not to judge, but to direct, to warn that if you take this direction, you'll
I
get
have one
lost.
question. What went wrong?
What went wrong? It is the sin that Adam started. When Adam started the sin, it up to now, because Joshua, I was in the hell, I was in the calf of Adam. I inherited his sin. And I'm a sinner by nature because as Adam was eating, I was in Adam. And because I was in Adam, I also ate. Therefore, that went wrong. I must go free from that sin.
In Lamentations chapter 5, is verses 11, that's what he says, that our fathers sinned, but we are still following their iniquity. So, I don't know, how long for someone will be recovered in the third, fourth generation to overcome such? What a trend someone could take?
That is a wise question to handle. As things are changing, as things are reversing, because Mr. Joshua's story is repeating itself.
I know. It's really, yes, for sure. What happened last time? It is still,
it's happening again.
Yes, I'm saying whatever that we read into the Bible, and
Yes.
these people who are writers, they were led by the Spirit, because whatever happened,
Yes, it's coming
is
back.
happening today.
So the simple thing, Mr. Joshua, here is, what did our forefathers do when things were going berserk? Is actually what we have to do now. It's a simple solution. What did they do is what we have to do. Did the fathers run away from God? Let's run away if we want to survive. But what did they do? They came back to God. It's a simple thing. Although there is a greater improvement in science, it does not take away that opportunity to go back to God.
I want us to begin from there next time, but the rise of science is on high rate.
All right.
The rise of computer on digitalizing the nation, the entire world, is on high rate.
You are right.
Today, you've heard about many conspiracies beneath or behind the COVID pandemic period. But I would like us to go to give analyze those people who are watching us, viewing us on this pandemic and the conspiracies and the science. Because there's something which is disturbing my mind. If I'm a computer person, I may not say wizard because that is too big. But if it happens to computer, someone can ask me anything. But the generations have been coming gradually. And we have 5 or 6 characters we depend on as regards to computing. One is speed. Second is accuracy. And the third one is artificial intelligence, the computer to think like a human. So these people, they have been doing day and day to bring in modernity and improvement. Up to we have come to the chip today. The chip has already been done.
And it is at work.
Yet you, the theologists, am I what it word?
The theologians?
Theologians. You say that is end time. And that is something to run away from Christ. I don't know how these things we can combine them.
Okay.
But I want us to make research on this and we come back and discuss that matter.
Okay.
However, you can give any short enlightenment as we close this.
I just want to believe, Mr. Joshua. From Eden, man has been developing in wisdom. Remember, Adam started in Eden when he was naked. Are we still naked today?
No.
Is it that because
even the Kalamajongs
are putting on?
They have started putting on. They were fighting with them to say that they can put on.
Yes. So the development of science and the knowledge is not in opposition.
Is it Antichrist?
It is not Antichrist. However, we shall come to that as time goes on. We shall see how man is going away and how is diverting, how is the man going away. But the development from Eden is God's plan that man must go to a new level.
Who gives wisdom?
It's God. It's God.
You've answered my question.
It's
okay.
God.
Now, if God is the one giving wisdom to
Yes.
these people like so-called Bill Gates, who invented Microsoft,
Yes.
and then we say that this is a perverted life, which
yes, you have used a very good word. It is God who's building the wisdom of man. But the problem that when Satan comes, he perverts it, he crooks it, he diverts it to a wrong use. Let me tell you this, just so you'll accept. Look at a parent at home. He has brought up his child, and the child is growing well. But the child is sleeping in the bush. Is it because the parent has supported the boy to sleep in the bush?
No.
So he has been diverted. He has been crooked from the main purpose of the
So the
life.
knowledge is good.
The knowledge is good. And remember, Joshua, from Eden, the man, there was a tree of evil and knowledge.
I get you. There we are going.
Therefore, God does not conflict. God does not quarrel with knowledge. Because the tree was there, the tree of knowledge.
You are bringing me to another context of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
Yes, and
People,
understanding.
Yeah, the three things.
Because knowledge is the accumulation of a lot of facts.
Yes. We get from
elsewhere. Which a result of it, the computers have come. So
of knowledge.
Yes, of knowledge. That is knowledge that has been put into practice.
When King Solomon say that,
come back to our topic that we have been
handling. Purpose.
Life must remain purposeful. Whether things are going berserk, whether everything is running mad, whether there is pain in the world, whether people are suffering, whether you are sick, life must remain purposeful. Because that was God's purpose. He said, let man and rule. Life started by purpose, will continue by purpose, and we shall be judged by.
Yes, my name is Joshua. I would like to say thank you for watching and thank you for having this live video. I want you to subscribe. I want you to join us. More discussion.
Okay.
Thank you for watching. Okay. My name is Joshua and
Suubi Dick as well.
Thank you for watching. We love you. Stay tuned. Subscribe.
Next time.